Hi Pisces, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your July 2021 tarot reading. Thanks to those of you who liked, viewed, shared, subscribed, and donated to the channel. I appreciate all of that. And for those of you new to the channel, as far as what we have in front of us, it's a Celtic spread as always, and I also pulled an Oracle card and a Mudra card for you guys. We're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology dice we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus will be as far as that goes. So we'll do that. Okay, so we have 11. And that's your 11th house, which is friendships, groups, hopes and wishes. And for you guys, that's Capricorn. We have Virgo energy, which is your opposite sign of partnerships, relationships, contracts. And we have Venus. So could be a focus on love for you guys as far as where Venus will be in July. It's going to be in Leo for, I'd say, the first 3 weeks or so, then it's actually going to move into your opposite sign. So keep those in mind as we go through the main spread. The main situation position, we have the Knight of Cups. So this is actually Pisces energy right here. So it's you guys. Could just be saying that you're feeling more confident in yourselves lately. Could also be saying that you might be extending an offer to someone, maybe even traveling. That's what I'm seeing there. All right, in the challenger obstacle position, we have the Two of Wands. So this is Aries energy here. So it could just be saying that this might be who you're trying to extend an offer to. And as far as where this could be a challenge, could just be saying that possibly there's a physical distance between the two of you. So for example, maybe you've had some travel restrictions like a lot of places in the world have, and maybe they're being lifted now. So you finally feel like, okay, I can finally, get to where I wanted to go all along. For some of you, there could have been some financial difficulty, or maybe you're just weighing the pros and cons of if you wanted to make this move, whatever this move is. But yeah, it looks like this month you guys will actually be making a decision there. All right, in the foundation position, we have the Two of Pentacles. So this is actually Capricorn energy. And for some of you, this could just be saying that, yeah, this might actually confirm that for some of you, what might have been holding you back might have been some uncertainty around your finances. We did have that full moon eclipse in your 10th house of career and social status, so you might have been a little bit shaky on that. Might have even been in between jobs for some of you. That could be what the Two of Pentacles is pointing to there. And for some of you, given that this is Capricorn energy too, and we did see the 11th house there, this could be around friends too. You might have been a little bit shaky as to whether or not a group you were affiliated with was reliable, so there could have been some hesitation there too. All right. Past position, we have the Nine of Wands. So this is actually Sagittarius energy, speaking of that eclipse that we had. So yeah, it could just be saying that you might have went through, a bit of a tough time around that eclipse. Now, this could be something as far as a situation you've been dealing with for a long time. Like I said, this for you guys, that is your 10th house of career and social status. So this might have been in your work environment. Maybe there was some uncertainty there. You might have felt like business came to a standstill. So maybe you're a bit shaky, like, okay, we don't know if we're going to make it through this or not, right? Like a lot of small businesses, especially, have been going through some tough times over the past year or so. So it could just be saying that could be what it's pointing to for some of you, where you just, maybe hopeful and optimistic that things would turn around, but you might have just been like, all right, how long is this going to last? Or, those wands could represent months. It might have been like 9 months where you're like, okay, when's this going to pick up again? All right, in the present position, we have the Three of Swords, which is Libra energy, Three of Pentacles, which is Capricorn energy, and Seven of Pentacles, which is Taurus energy. So for a lot of you, I feel like even though we tend to always think of love first when we see this card, I mean, the artwork does kind of course naturally draw you in that direction. But in this particular case, seeing the Three of Swords with the Three of Pentacles and then the Seven of Pentacles, I feel like this is pointing to some collaboration you were supposed to be making. And I feel like for whatever reason it might have fell through, and you might have ended up having to do something alone. Now, again, like I said, it could be as simple as a physical partnership, right? Where maybe you let's just say the romantic relationship dynamic, since again we do see the heart there, right? Let's say this was someone you might have met once or twice, right? And you guys live in separate parts of the world, right? And you were gaining that momentum, and then all of this stuff with the travel restrictions started last year, and you guys just might not have been physically able to come together. So it could just be saying that, that could have been what this disappointment was around, where you thought, okay, in normal circumstances, you guys would have been able to collaborate a lot more, but I feel like you've just been doing this alone. If I was viewed, if this is around some kind of a business partnership that you were getting off the ground too, I feel like there could have been, like I was saying, maybe the groups you're affiliated with didn't seem reliable. So you might have felt like there was discussion around collaborations, but you might have found yourselves having to do a lot more to work yourselves. And for some of you, it could even just be saying that you might have even passed on an opportunity for a more traditional job that would have had like a team environment to possibly go into business for yourselves. And maybe with all, like I was saying, with the small business issues that have been going on, maybe even second guessing if that was the right move or not. But if that's the case, I will say I feel like things are going to start to pick up. So just wanted to cover a few scenarios there with those cards because they're kind of definitely a bunch of different scenarios that came up looking at that. Near future position, we have the Fool. So I feel like this definitely ties to that Knight of Cups energy. Or like I said, you guys might have been going through a dark period. Some of you might even still be there a little bit, feeling a bit disappointed. But seeing the Fool card in the near future and the Knight of Cups in the main situation, I feel like that is going to be lifting for you guys. So I feel like this is just pointing to you guys getting out and about again, feeling like, you're just seeing things from a lot more optimistic point of view, possibly receive some positive news, and that could be what might lift your spirits as well, but that's what I'm seeing there. All right. In the position of your influence in the situation, we have the Five of Cups. So yeah, could just be saying that you might have had a lot of doubt around the situation. Like I said, maybe there was a group that disappointed you that you thought was going to have your back, and maybe they didn't. Again, like I said, maybe there were just physical restrictions that prevented you from seeing people you normally would have been able to see more often. And it could just be pointing to the disappointment around that. And for some of you, this might have actually, made you reevaluate your beliefs, right? Like maybe you saw some of the worst qualities come out in people throughout all of these difficulties that came through, right? Where you might have thought there might have been more of a sense of community. Maybe you actually observed that people were being a lot more about themselves first, things like that. But what I will say here is I feel like you're coming out of this energy because, like I said, I do see especially this and then that Three of Swords in the present, the Nine of Wands in the past. So it looks like, yes, you definitely could be in this space, but I feel like you will be getting out of it shortly, given the two cards we talked about there. All right. In the environment position, we have the Four of Pentacles. So this is actually Capricorn energy here. And again, like we said, we did see the 11 come up, which is your 11th house, Capricorn, and we see it there in the foundation. So yeah, could just be saying again, maybe groups that you're dealing with, friendships, maybe even in your career environment. You thought there would be more support there, but it turns out that there wasn't. So you might just be a little bit, hesitant to actually continue to deal with these groups. For some of you, this could just be pointing to you as well, though, saying that maybe you're trying to, manage your money well and really think about how best to move forward. Because, like I said, for example, maybe some of you did start your own business instead of, you decided you didn't want to do the corporate thing anymore, and you might have started your own thing, and maybe business slowed up for you guys. Now you're just trying to budget. But like I said, either way, I do feel like it's going to pick up for you guys from what I'm seeing as a whole. All right. In the hopes or fears position, we have the Wheel of Fortune, which is Jupiter energy, and the Eight of Wands, which is Sagittarius energy. So, we actually do have Jupiter in your sign at the time I'm recording this. It's going to be going retrograde soon, and then toward the second half of July, it's actually going to move back into Aquarius. But this could just be saying as a more general thing, having the Wheel of Fortune with the Eight of Wands could just be saying that you're hoping for some movement, right? Like I said, it looks like there's been some kind of restriction, whether it was a group you were dealing with, maybe didn't come through in the way you hoped, possibly physical travel restrictions that might have been holding you back. It's saying that, you're just hoping for that to actually turn around so you could actually get that forward movement. And like I said, it looks like it will be taking place. And in the outcome position, we have the Ace of Swords. So usually for me, the aces represent more of an idea of something versus actual physical movement. But here I do see it as this seems a bit likely that it would actually be some kind of news coming your way. So again, maybe like I said, there were some kind of restrictions that you had, whether it be travel restrictions or just financial difficulties. This Ace of Swords to me comes through saying that this is some kind of positive news you get that actually snaps you out of that energy and actually has you feeling confident that you're going to be able to move forward. So, we are going to have a new moon in July in your fifth house, and that tends to be a light, playful energy, fifth house energy. So it could definitely be around that time, possibly even sooner than that, though. But that's what I'm seeing there. All right, and at the bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Cups. So this is actually Cancer energy here, which again, for you guys, is your fifth house. So could just be saying things might pick up for you guys in a romantic sense. And it stands out to me too that we do see that Five of Cups where they're looking at the three spilled cups, but there's two standing behind them. So it could just be saying that maybe even if you did go through some disappointments or groups of friends or whatever, it could just be saying that a new connection's on the horizon that'll actually get your mind off of that. All right, moving on to the Oracle card, we have Go the Distance. There's the artwork, and the number is 47. All right, I think Cancer got this this month as well. So if you're dealing with a Cancer, if you have those placements in your chart, you might want to check that reading too. Okay, it says endurance, strength, the long haul. The Oracle's message: to bring your dream to life, you must think long term and pay no attention to the fluctuations in the current of your experience. Joy and disappointment commingle with opportunities, so there is no need to fear the occasional obstacle. Life is not a sprint. This card is a reminder that you have endurance, strength, and fortitude to carry you all the way. Remain true to yourself. Your authenticity alone will keep you in alignment with the energy of miracles. What is yours will never be withheld from you. Remember that. So, pretty positive message there, and that actually made me think of the scenario. Well, I mentioned a whole bunch of scenarios, but the one that came to mind reading that was, like I said, for those of you who maybe you left the corporate environment and started your own business, right? Maybe things might have been going really well initially, then they might have seemed to come to a bit of a halt with all the stuff that's been going on lately. If that's the case, I feel like this is another indicator of what I was feeling too, which is that it will pick up for you guys again. So if you have been second guessing if that was the right move or not, I think you'll see some proof that it was in the near future. The relationship message says you either are in or are calling in a harmonious relationship that can stand the test of time. For better or worse, as you ride the ups and downs and even strain, break yourself, and are remade in new growth, you are being redeemed by the power of regeneration. Harmony does not mean there will never be a wrong note played, but that the relationship is marked by endurance and dedication to overall unity. A new song can be written, an instrument can be tuned, and the symphony of love will play on. Listen with your heart. Isn't it magnificent? So pretty positive message there, and that definitely obviously makes me think of the Two of Cups that we did see at the bottom of the deck, so hopefully that resonated with you. And the prosperity message says your most precious dreams are not about instant gratification, but enduring prosperity. This is a time to think long term and engage in continued action. You will experience momentum building as you translate the ebb and flow into slow and steady movement forward. Your efforts, ideas, and hard work now can lead to greater riches than you can imagine. Stoke the fire so that an uninterrupted stream of energy is available to support you in all the phases of manifestation. Be assured that you are in the right place right now. So pretty positive message there as well. So yeah, like I said, whether it's the business that you're currently in and maybe things have slowed down for you guys, or like I said, if you left a more traditional environment to go into business for yourselves, it looks like things will be picking up. But yeah, it does acknowledge that it looks like things might have slowed down for sure either way. All right. And lastly, we have Mudra for you guys. And the Mudra you got for this month is the Shankhavarta Mudra. There it is there. The keyword for it is intuition. Right, and there's the info on it. There we go. So if you want to pause it or take a screenshot to see what it has to say, you can. But under benefits, it says quiets the mind, turns the attention inward, strengthens intuition, serves as a gateway to hear the wordless teachings of your own heart. So if that sounds like something you think would be beneficial for you guys, we'll put the name of the Mudra in the description of the video as always. We'll wrap up there, and I'll see you guys next month. All right, bye.